hi everyone, and welcome to Warren's Team Talk. Thank you very much for coming and joining me today. I hope you're all well, and for those of you like me who are an Arsenal fan, I hope that you're recovering from that shit show of a performance last night, because I'm absolutely fucking raging. I am so angry. I'm literally fucking shaking with anger. Literally, I'm like really struggling to hold it down. And then when I saw Del Boy's, I was watching Del Boy Gunner TV's phone-in show last night. I wanted to watch it, but I was so angry that I had to switch off my computer and everything else and go to bed, because I was just absolutely fuming. And I was worried that I was going to go on his stream, start shouting and screaming, getting his stream demonetized, because when I saw what that crap that Julian was coming out with this morning, and if I'd been with him, I would have given him another couple of black eyes. Honestly, the crap that fella was coming out with was just unbelievable. Anyway, let's get on with the show, as they say. Before we get started, please, can I ask you to put a like on the video? If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. And let's get on with it. And because I'm raging. I really am raging, because that performance last night was shocking. It was really bad. And Joanne says, hello, Warren, my lovelies. Hi, Joanne. I hope you're okay. I hope you're having a great day. Craig Malloy says, hi, Warren. What can I say about Arsenal performance last night? Utter shambles. Yeah, mate. I was watching it on this app that Joanne kindly gave me information about on my tablet, and on my phone I had Northside London's watch along on, and I was putting comments in there because it was terrible. He was losing his shit as well, and I felt I know how he was feeling, because I felt the same. Warren, looking forward to seeing you on Arsenal Diesel tonight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it myself as well. Has he sent anything out about it? Shout out to Facebook and my friends on Instagram. Craig Malloy, I meant Diesel Arsenal. Yeah, I'm going on there tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not talking about football though, people. I'm not. I'm talking about something else. Jez says, afternoon all. Hi, Jez. I hope you're okay, mate. I hope you're doing well. I'm still trying to calm down, mate, to be quite honest with you. I'm absolutely fuming after what I saw last night. I wanted to go on Del Boy's stream, but I was so angry and so upset. I was very emotional as well last night after watching that. I just couldn't handle it. I just couldn't. It was too much. Craig says, Joyce, hi, Jez. And Joanne says, oh, great, you on with Diesel. Great. Yep, I'm going on Diesel's channel. It should be good. Ty Eversane says, hi, Jez. Right, so let's get into it. So we're going to review the Premier League games that happened this weekend, just gone. So let's have a look at that. And I just want to remind everyone that there's a petition in my... I've got a petition in the change.org website for anyone who doesn't want Mikel Arteta to be offered a new contract. All you have to do, there's a link in the description of this video. You just click on the link. It will take you there. And you put your details in and whatnot. I'm not under any illusion that some little prick like me is going to get a petition to stop these clowns mismanaging our club. I'm not. But I have to do something. I can't just sit back and allow this bullshit to go on. I just can't. I cannot do it. And, I want to put pressure on them. That's the main aim for it. If I'm able to put a little bit of pressure on them, then so be it. But I'm not under any illusion that I'm going to stop them offering him a new contract. I'm not. But if I can do something in some small way to make it difficult for him and start building up pressure and stuff like that, then I'm going to do it. Jez says, Craig Malloy, hi mate. Craig Malloy, big up. Says, big up Taib. And Jez, whoop, what happened there? Jez, Taib is saying, good afternoon, mate. So this was the Premier League table. What's going on? So this was the Premier League table before the match day started. As you can see, Arsenal was sitting in 4th. Tottenham were 5th. United was 6th. West Ham was 7th. At the top end of the table, the rest of the top 3 were the top 3 that they were the weekend before, so nothing had really changed. And then the bottom 3 were as was. So Watford, Burnley, and Norwich. Everton was sort of precariously hanging over the relegation zone as well. Leeds were quite close. Brentford were quite close, and so were Newcastle. So the relegation battle's really hotting up. You've got, let's say, you've got 7, 2, 3, 4. You've got 7 clubs, and between 14th and 20th, there's about 13 points separating all of them. But the big thing is about the 3rd relegation spot, and between Watford and Newcastle, there's about Watford and Brentford, there's about 8 points. And that can just change around in the blink of an eye. If one of them puts a run of form together, they could be out of it. So it's interesting. It really is. So there's still a long way to go. There's still 9 or 10 games to go. Burnley have got 11 games to go. So that's up to 33 points still to play for. So any one of those teams could get dragged into it or get themselves out of it. So, Taib says Julian got punched. I don't know. Is that the story that's going on? I saw him and I saw he looked like he'd been playing American football or something. I don't know quite what had happened to him. I don't know whether he's got punched. But, it didn't look good, I have to say. Anyway, so the fixtures for this weekend. So the first fixture of the weekend was Liverpool were going to be taking on Watford in the 12:30 Saturday kickoff. And then the 3 o'clock kickoffs, which were the games I covered in the Matchday Live this weekend just gone, were Brighton against Norwich, Burnley against Manchester City, Chelsea against Brentford, Leeds against Southampton, and Wolves against Aston Villa. And then the 5:30 game on Saturday evening was Manchester United against Leicester City. And then on Sunday we had 2 games. The 2 o'clock kickoff was West Ham against Everton. And then at 4:30, Tottenham against Newcastle. And then obviously last night, as we all know, Crystal Palace demolished Arsenal. So that was the fixtures. And the results for the weekend's games. So let's see what's in here, because there's some more. There are some more messages. Sorry, guys. I'm not sure I should have done this stream because my head's all over the shop. I'm still absolutely fuming and I'm struggling to think clearly. And Craig Malloy says, Warren, got to go, mate. My turn to pick up the kids from school. You go, fella. Don't worry. I look forward to chatting to you tonight if you're going on to Diesel's stream. Joanne Smith, someone got hold of Julian, I bet. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it didn't look good. I mean, personally, I hate violence. I really do. I don't condone it in any shape or form. I know I rant and rave, but I would never condone anyone getting physically assaulted. I just think it's disgusting. It really is. There's no need for it. And yeah, it just isn't. Jez says, rumour is it is. Julian had a nose op. Must have been a bloody awful surgeon. If you watch his fan cam on AFTV, he sort of admits he got done that over. Oh dear, oh God. See, that's the problem. When you put yourself forward like that and you put yourself out there, like on this YouTube thing, and people can see you, like if you say something that upsets someone, you know, you're going to end up, you could end up getting approached and sort of words or at best words could be said to you, and you might end up even like having someone doing something else. But there you go. And Old Skool Gunner says Julian couldn't tear the echo. I don't know what to say about that, mate, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you say so, Old Skool. But yeah. I do hope that he hasn't been beaten up. I really do, because this just looks ridiculous. Joanne says maybe it's makeup on his nose. He could be trying to get attention. Maybe, you know, it's that. I don't know, but it's just not good, is it? So the first game of the weekend, like I said, the 12:30 kickoff was Liverpool against Watford. Liverpool won by 2-0. Jota scored in the 22nd minute, and then they got a slightly, they got a penalty decision. They went through VAR, and Fabinho scored a penalty in the 89th minute to give them a 2-0 victory over Watford. So they went top for a few hours, and you know, Man City, though, regained the lead a bit later on. So before the game started, before the match day started, they were in second. And then at the end of the match day, they were still in second. Watford, they were the same, although they weren't in second, though. They were 18th before the weekend started, and they ended up in 18th. The match stats were that Liverpool had 20 shots, 3 of which were on target. They had 74% possession. They had 716 passes and an 84% pass accuracy. Watford had 5 shots, 2 of which were on target. They had 26% possession, 263 passes, and a pass accuracy of 63%. So the next game was Brighton against Norwich. The game ended in a 0-0 draw. And from what I can gather, not much really happened, to be honest. And the match stats for the game were that Brighton had 31 shots. 31, that's insane. And only 4 of them were on target. So there's hope for Arsenal, people. If they're that wayward with their shooting, there is hope for us at the weekend. They had 63% possession, 478 passes, and 81% pass accuracy. Norwich, on the other hand, they had 6 shots, none of which were on target. They had 37% possession, They had 288 passes and a pass accuracy of 66%. I'm sorry, but those stats are awful. Awful. I mean, for me, that's damning, and I think they're gone. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but I think they're gone. They're at the weekend before the match day started. Brighton were in 13th, Norwich were in 20th, and that's where they stayed at the end of the weekend. So right, let's see. Right, okay, here we go. Joanne says maybe it's makeup on his nose. Okay, yeah, we had that one. Old Skool Gunner says if Julian needs some Irish muscle, let me know. You want to be his bodyguard, Old Skool? Is that what you're saying, mate? You Old Skool Gunner, you're smashing it, was it? Thank you, mate. I hope so. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. I'm not performing that well today. I'm performing about as well as what Arsenal did last night, to be honest. Gooner Resh, nothing, Jess, he says, Jess, nothing wrong with Julian's nose. It's the shape of a knob. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Top 4 possible, Warren. Not a fucking chance, mate. Not a chance. And I've said this from when it first started getting spoken about. I said we are not getting top 4 because I could see the games coming. Chelsea away, Tottenham away, West Ham away. We're not beating any of those bloody teams. We're not. And especially if last night was anything to go by. And the fact that it seems, I don't know, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but I've heard that Kieran Tierney's going to be out for the season. So that means they're going to have Tavares playing there the rest of the season. Unless they can pull someone in from the youth team. Because I think pulling in someone from the youth team, unless they're like absolute dog shit, would be a better bet than Tavares. Or playing a defensive-minded midfield player there, like El Neni, or putting El Neni or Xhaka in the back 4 and moving like one of the centre-backs out there. I don't know, but we can't have that Tavares playing there. We can't. He's useless. Jez says, Gooner, yes, very true, mate. Well, yeah, it's hilarious. I love it. Taib says, where do oh, here we go. Taib says, where do hamburgers take their sweethearts on Valentine's Day to dance the meatball? Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. And Old Skool Gunner says, all right, Taib. And Taib Hussain says, hi, Dave, how are you doing? So, next game up, Burnley against Man City. Man City won this game. From what I can gather, it was a bit of a canter. They went 2-0 up by half time, and then it was game over, really. De Bruyne scored early on in the 5th minute. Gundogan added another one in the 25th minute, and that was it, game over, really. And the match stats for this one, Burnley had 3 shots, one of which was on target. They had 23% possession, 235 passes, and a 67% pass accuracy, which any side in the league, if they're up against Man City, apart from Liverpool probably, would probably have that level of possession and passes because they just wouldn't be able to get hold of the ball. Man City, on the other hand, they had 18 shots, 6 were on target. They had 77% possession, 778 passes, and a pass accuracy of 89%. Burnley's league position Before the match day started, they were in 18th. After the match day, they moved down to 19th. Man City were first, and they stayed in first. So, good afternoon for Man City. They went back to the top of the table after Liverpool briefly took their spot at the top. So, yeah, good afternoon's work for Man City and for Pep. So it's all boiling up. I think the game, Liverpool-Man City game's next weekend. So that's going to be absolutely massive, that game. And I don't know. I've got a feeling it's going to be a draw, to be quite honest. And Gooner says, okay, real talk, Liverpool, Man City. I'm picking Liverpool, even if I hate to say it. I would rather Liverpool win the league, to be quite honest. But I think the game's going to be a draw. But I do think that Liverpool are going to end up winning the title. I do. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Chelsea against Brentford. Now, this game was a bit bizarre, to be honest. Chelsea took an early goal for an absolute fantastic goal from Rudiger in the 48th minute. And then Brentford just took over and demolished Chelsea. They scored 3 goals in 10 minutes. Janelt scored in the 50th minute. Eriksson scored in the 54th minute. So it was really nice to see him getting on the score sheet after what happened to him. Janelt then scored in the 60th minute, and Wieser scored in the 87th minute. And this morning I've seen stuff on the internet and whatnot linking Eriksson with a move to either Tottenham or Manchester United. So that'll be interesting. But anyway, let's have a look at the match stats for this one. So before the weekend started, Chelsea were in 3rd and Brentford were in 15th. At the end of the weekend, Chelsea were in 3rd still, and Brentford moved up the space to 14th on the back of that 4-1 victory. Chelsea had 21 shots, 8 of which were on target. They had a 71% possession, 641 passes, and 90% pass accuracy. Brentford had 17 shots, 6 were on target. They had 29% possession. They had 260 passes, and they had a pass accuracy of 71%. Now, I'm sure some of the Arsenal fans are going to get really excited about the fact that Brentford piped Chelsea by 4-1, but let's not forget that last season we had a similar situation with Chelsea, and when they lost 5-2 at home to Bolton Wanderers, against West Bromwich Albion. West Brom got relegated, and Chelsea then went on to get to the FA Cup final where they lost to Leicester, and then they went and won the Champions League by beating Manchester City 1-0 in the final. So, and I think they either finished 3rd or 4th or something like that in the table. I don't think you can really read too much into that, and they're comfortably in 3rd place at the moment. I don't think anyone's going to catch them for that 3rd place, but you never know. I'd like to think we would be able to catch them, but I can't see that happening, and certainly not with the bloody clown of a manager that we got at the moment. So Taib says, he's on top form today, Taib. Yeah, at least you're on top form, not like bloody Arsenal last night. What happens to a frog's car when it breaks down? It gets towed away. Taib, where do you get these bloody jokes from? They're just, why, have you got a book with them all in or something, or are you actually making these up? It's just crazy. And Gooner says, awesome game, but definitely an anomaly. Chelsea won't be easy against us. It won't. They're going to turn us over, mate. If we play like we did last night, and it will be another 6-0 doing. I'm telling you. Taib says, Gooner, you all right, mate? And yeah. So let's move on anyway. Next game up, Leeds against Southampton. The game ending a 1-1 draw. Jack Harrison scored again for Leeds. He's starting to get a bit of goal scoring form now, that lad. He's been banging a few goals in. And Ward-Prowse scored again for Southampton to equalise. So, yeah, good point for both sides, I think, really. The match stats for this game, Leeds had 12 shots, 3 were on target. They had 56% possession. They had 470 passes and had a 70% pass accuracy. Southampton had 14 shots, 6 were on target. They had 44% possession, had 360 passes and a 66% pass accuracy. Now, let's move on. At the beginning of the weekend, Leeds were in 16th place in the Premier League, but then at the end of the weekend, they hadn't moved. They'd stayed in 16th. And then Southampton started the weekend in 11th, and as a consequence of this game, they slipped down to 12th. So, Wolves against Aston Villa. Wolves won this game by 2-1, thanks to goals from Johnny in the 7th minute and an own goal from Young in the 36th minute. And then Ollie Watkins converted a penalty for Villa to set up a bit of a grandstand finish at Molineux in the big West Midlands derby. And Villa held on to win by 2-1. So Villa's poor form continues. And so Wolves will be really happy with that. They really will. And the match stats for this game, Wolves had 11 shots. They had 5 on target. They had 48% possession, 421 passes, and a pass accuracy of 80%. Villa, on the other hand, had 15 shots. 5 were on target. They had 52% possession and then had 441 passes and 84% pass accuracy. So it's looks fairly even, really. But I remember this game from the Matchday Live, and to me, it looked like Wolves were quite comfortable in this game and easily the best side. But just shows you can't really go off the stats too much. You need the old eye test, really. Wolves, before the weekend started, they were in 8th. And when the weekend finished, they'd stayed in 8th. And then Villa, at the beginning of the weekend, they were in 9th. And they ended the weekend after losing this game. They fell back down to 11th. So let's look at the chat. Right, we've done that. Right, Gooner says, Taib, what do you call a monkey in a minefield? A baboon. Nice one, Gooner. And Taib says, laugh out loud, Gooner. Tide, you're going to have to add that one to your list, mate, and use that in a few other streams. My favourite of yours, though, Taibs, is that pork chop joke. It is absolute classic. Classic. I love it. So let's move on. So Manchester United against Leicester was the Saturday night game. Manchester United drew this game with Leicester 1 goal each. And there's been reports that Gary Neville referred to the game as like being a standard of a what was it he said? Standard of a football aid or a soccer aid match. So he obviously wasn't happy with United's performance. Fred gave United the lead in the 66th minute. Sorry, Fred equalised for Manchester United in the 66th minute, and Iheanacho equalised, scored for Leicester, and to give Leicester the lead in the 63rd minute. So the match stats for this one: United had 11 shots. 5 of those shots were on target. They had 54% possession. They made 582 passes and had a pass accuracy of 85%. Then Leicester had 11 shots, 3 of which were on target. They had possession of 46%, and they had 495 passes and a pass accuracy of 84%. And at the beginning of the weekend, United was sat in 5th and Leicester was sat in 12th. And then at the end of the weekend, United slipped down to 7th and Leicester moved up to 10th after this result. So not a very good weekend for United, but a better one for Leicester, really, all in all. Then West Ham against Everton. Now, this was a really tense game because there was a lot riding on it for both sides. West Ham desperately needed to win it to get their faint hopes of a Champions League qualifying spot going. And Everton needed to win it to try and pull themselves away from the relegation zone. West Ham ended up winning the game by 2-1. Cresswell's got the opening goal for West Ham in the 32nd minute. And then Holgate equalised for Everton in the 53rd minute. And Bowen put West Ham 2-1 up in the 58th minute. So, yeah, the troubles are piling up for Everton. And Frank Lampard seems to be really struggling at Everton to turn it round for them. To be honest, I didn't think he was the right appointment for the job. Personally, I think they needed someone who has a track record of getting teams out of relegation dogfights and making sure that teams are able to stay in the league, not someone who is still relatively unproven in the Premier League and is still very new in the job. So, yeah, I don't think Frank Lampard was the right appointment at all. So the match stats for this game, West Ham had 11 shots, 5 of which were on target. They had 56% possession, made 529 passes. They had a pass accuracy of 83%. Everton, on the other hand, had 13 shots, only 2 of which were on target. They had 44% possession. They made 407 passes. And they had a pass accuracy of 82%. Now, at the beginning of the weekend, West Ham was sat in 7th in the Premier League. After the weekend's games had finished, they moved up to 6th. Everton started the weekend in 17th and they stayed in 17th. But I'm seriously concerned about Everton. I really am. I think they're staring down the barrel of a relegation. And when I think about the size of that club and the fact that they could get relegated, I just find it incredible. I think from what I've heard from Everton fans, I think the owners have got they need to answer a lot of really serious questions, and they need to have a long, hard look at themselves, because a club of that size and stature should not be in relegation dogfights. They just shouldn't. It's ridiculous. They're the fifth biggest club in this country historically, and it's just an absolute joke. It really is. If I was an Everton fan, I'd be pulling my absolute hair out. I mean, it's bad enough for Arsenal with this clown of a manager that we've got, but what's going on there is just absolutely disgraceful. So the next game of the weekend saw Tottenham play Newcastle at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The Spuds ran out by winners by 5-1. And yeah, they had 5 different goal scorers, which was a bit wild. And Fabian Schär gave Newcastle the lead in the 39th minute. And then Davis equalised for Tottenham 4 minutes later. And then Doherty put Tottenham 2-1 up early in the second half in the 48th minute. 6 minutes later, Son added a third. 9 minutes after that, they increased their lead to 4-1 in the 63rd minute. And then right at the end of the game, Bergwijn added a fifth to make it Tottenham 5, Newcastle United 1. So a really resounding, thumping victory for Tottenham, and they're really starting to come into form. And Antonio Conte was quoted as saying that they're starting to what was it he said? They're starting. Well, I can't remember. It's gone out of my head now. But basically, that's it. They were starting to reap the benefits of their hard work. That was it. And yeah, for me, they're my favourites to have finished fourth. I think they'll pick Arsenal to fourth place, just because they got a world-class manager and we haven't. And I think we got better players than they have, just about. But their manager's far superior to ours. I mean, I wouldn't even give that man Arteta a job in non-league football, let alone the third biggest club in the country, that's for sure. So the match stats for this one, Tottenham had 19 shots, 6 of which were on target. They had 61% possession. They made 604 passes, and they had a pass accuracy of 90%. So those stats are really good, especially the shots on targets to goals. I mean, look at that. They had 6 shots on target and they scored 5 goals. That's incredible. Newcastle, on the other hand, they had 8 shots, 1 of which was on target. They had 39% possession. They had 379 passes, and they had a pass accuracy of 85%. Tottenham, they were at 5th in the league at the start of the weekend, and they moved up to 4th, obviously, when the weekend finished. Newcastle, they started the weekend in 14th, and as a consequence of this, they ended up in 15th. So I think it's unlikely that Newcastle are going to go down, to be honest, but they're still not mathematically safe. So yeah, it's they'll be worried, obviously. Where are we? Let's see. Taib says, oh yeah, we've had that. And Craig Malloy says, Warren, Kieran Tierney out for the rest of the season and World Cup. Oh no. Fucking hell, that's terrible. That is terrible news. Del Boy Gunner TV says, hey Warren and all in the chat. Nice to see you, Del Boy. I hope you're all right, fella. You just seen that message there from Craig. We are in big uns, mate. That's really bad news for Arsenal, and also, being from Scottish heritage, I'm gutted as well because it means we're not going to have him for the World Cup, and he's one of our best players. Him and Robbo, the two of them, that left-hand side of ours, superb, and he's probably our second best player. So to lose him, that's a massive blow. I don't think we're going to make the World Cup without him, to be quite frank. So there you go. And Arsenal, I think they can kiss goodbye to their fourth place hopes if he's not going to be playing, because that Tavares is useless. Taif says, hi, Del Boy. And Del Boy, what is the bleeding crack, fella? Pick up. Exactly. Hi, Del Boy says, hi, Craig and Taib. I'm so gutted for Kieran. It's bad, man. Really fucking bad. And Joanne Smith says 4.5 days until we get smashed by Potter. Yeah. The thing about Kieran as well is the fact that, we don't really make it to World Cups or whatnot in recent years. So, to be able to have a playoff games against Wales and Ukraine, to have the chance to go to a World Cup finals, have that taken away from you, must be absolutely heartbreaking. Poor lad, I feel so sorry for him. He's going to be absolutely gutted, because I know how important it is for him to play for his country. It's bad, man. It really is. I'm gutted. And for Arsenal, from an Arsenal perspective, I'm gutted as well, because our left-hand side now, it's shocking. It is really, really worrying, because all that's going to happen now, whenever we play anyone, they're all going to come down our left-hand side. They're going to target it, because that Tavares, he can't defend to save his life. So we are in big, big trouble. And Craig Malloy says that's why we should have signed players in January. Exactly, and proper bloody players, not these muppets that we signed in the summer like Tavares. I said this when we signed him, that I'd seen reports that all these Portuguese fans were saying, yeah, he's really good going forward, but he can't defend. And what happened? And I remember Terry from the Claude and the Bansters channel, I had a real tear up with him over it. He was saying that I didn't know what I was talking about, that he was a really good player, rah, rah, rah. And I said, well, we'll see, won't we? And I've been proved right. So, shocking. See, that's what happens when you allow someone to spend £250 million and they ain't got a fucking clue what they're doing. And I'm sorry, but Arteta ain't got a fucking clue. And Del Boy says 4.5 days until I break the internet on AFTV. Go on, Del Boy, you go, son. And we're too exposed, and KT is out for the season, says Gooner Esh. Spot on, mate. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Craig and Gooner Esh says, Craig Malloy, 100%. Arteta's excuse, need to find the right players. Well, yeah, but you don't just fucking buy anyone just for the sake of it. How is it possible that you can spend £250 million and the squad's gone backwards? How is it possible? How can you waste that amount of money? It's shocking. And that's why he should be sacked today. He should have been called in today and given his cards and told to get out. It's just an absolute fucking joke. So let's talk about this Palace Arsenal game. Crystal Palace won the game by 3-0 through goals from Mateta in the 16th minute, Ayew in the 24th minute, and a penalty from Zaha in the 74th minute. And Palace fully deserved their victory. They were way superior to Arsenal. They absolutely ripped Arsenal to shreds. The defending was absolutely atrocious. The first goal across came, was it a free kick? I think it was. Got played into the box. The ball sort of bobbled around inside the penalty area in the air, and some guy just headed it in, Mateta. I mean, the thing is, you have to say, there's no way in the world that goal would have been conceded in Arsenal's past. It just wouldn't. It would not have been conceded. And the way they carved us open for the second one was embarrassing. And then the penalty right at the end of the game. What the hell was Odegaard doing? And it was a joke. And then I had some clown a couple of weeks ago, some little prick trying to tell me that Odegaard is better than Zidane. Would have Zidane given away that penalty? I don't think he would have done. It was a fucking joke, honestly. And that's why this club is never going to do anything. All the time, we got fans like that prick who thinks that Odegaard is a better player than Zidane, and we got these jokers like Julian, because the man's a fucking clown. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He went on Del Boy Gunner's TV's channel. And by the way, anyone who hasn't subscribed to Del Boy, go and check out his channel. Subscribe to him, put likes on his videos, share his content around. The fellow is a top man and he does great content. Honestly, please go and check him out because it's absolutely superb. But yeah, so that Julian from AFTV, right? The one who looks like a polar bear at the moment, a panda bear, sorry. He claimed last night on Del Boy Gunner's TV's channel, and he'll probably deny it like he did the time when he claimed that Arteta was the greatest manager ever, that Pepe wouldn't be missed. Pepe wouldn't be missed. Are you for real? Pepe was our second highest goal contributor last season, and you reckon he won't be missed? We've already got rid of our biggest goal contributor from last season, and now we're not playing the second one. Is it any wonder we're struggling to score goals with madness like that going on? And then you got this clown coming out with ridiculous, inane comments like that. I mean, what the hell is wrong with these people? What is wrong with them? Wake up, you fucking clowns, and smell the coffee. Honestly, how fucking thick and stupid are these people? How fucking thick and stupid. They know nothing about football. They don't give a shit about Arsenal. All they care is about this wanker, Mikel Arteta, keeping his fucking job because they want to fuck him. That's it. End of story. I'm sick and tired of this. Get that fucking wanker out of my club, because I have had enough of seeing our club being fucking dragged through the dirt because some little prick who knows nothing about football, knows nothing about Arsenal, doesn't give a shit about our club, and just fancies one of its paid employees, wants to keep him employed. It's a fucking joke and it's embarrassing. Get him out. Get him out. I've had enough of this bullshit. So yeah, that's my rant over. Static says, hey, Ron, well, that was beyond pathetic last night. Arteta out. 100%, mate. Craig Malloy says, Warren, apparently Arteta fixed our defence. Yeah, that's another thing. He's fixed our defence, apparently. Good point. Thanks for bringing that up, Craig. We have now conceded 5 goals less than what we did last season. And how many games have we got left? Let's have a look at the league table again. Well, we'll come to the league table in a minute and we'll talk about that one properly in a minute. Do not let me forget to talk about it. Carlos Eduardo, Gooner, we need a David Dean-like person who knows where to get the right players. Absolutely, mate. 100%. And I would bloody sack a lot of these clowns at Arsenal. Vinay, Edu, Garlic Head, Arteta. Get rid of the fucking owners and get new ones in. And the first thing I would do would be employ David Dean to do a root and branch investigation and write a report with recommendations for what can be done to improve the club, because it is rotten to the fucking core. Rotten. And yeah. Craig Malloy says, Static, big up. Yeah, 100%. Big up, Static. He's a top man. Gooner said, Arteta said sorry after the game, so we forgive him and let him carry on this shit show. Yeah, the only sorry I'm interested in from him is him fucking resigning, because that's what he should do. Just fucking pack your bags and go, man, because you're not good enough. Carlos Eduardo said the dad would be laughing if he heard that. Yeah, 100%. Mate, the guy ain't good enough to play in League Two, in League Two, let alone the fucking Premier League, and let alone for a club the size of Arsenal. Carlos Eduardo, 100%. Our club has been downhill since he left. Joanne Smith Warren says it how it is. Thank you, Joanne. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Eduardo Gooner, was he kicked out or he got screwed over by the board? A bit of both, I think. I think he went in with the Russian guy. So in a way, after everything that's happened recently, we missed a bullet with that one, because if he'd gotten control of the club, we could have been in the same situation as what Chelsea are now. So yeah, thankfully that didn't happen. But I wanted him to take control of the club. And I still want new owners, because the owners we got at the moment, in my book, they're not serious. They're not serious. They don't want the club to be successful. That's what I think. And I just don't think I see nothing to suggest they want the club to be successful. And when you look at everything that's happened since since Wenger got sacked, it all makes perfect sense. When you look at it through that filter, everything that's happened at this club has been done to ensure that the club's not successful. And, you know, that they foster a culture of accepting mediocrity. Gooner says Carlos Eduardo DD left because he didn't want the Emirates. Instead wanted to invest in our squad. Yeah, but I also think it was because Arsenal didn't want the Russian guy taking control of the club. they wanted to go with the American guy, and so they sort of forced him out, really. So anyway, let's look at the match stats for this horror show last night. Okay, Crystal Palace had 6 shots on goal, 5 of which were on target. They had 31% possession, 293 passes, and they had 70% pass accuracy. Arsenal, on the other hand, we had 12 shots, which I can't remember us even having 1 shot, let alone 12, except for that one of Eddie Nketiah's. They had 3 shots on target, and they had 69% possession. They had 647 passes and an 86% pass accuracy. Before the weekend started, Palace was sat in 12th, and after the weekend's games, they moved up to 9th. Arsenal, at the beginning of the weekend, we were sat 4th, and we dropped down to 5th as a consequence of the games this weekend. So, yeah, bad weekend for Arsenal, all in all. And, yeah, just goes to prove that he's not the man. And I don't know if anyone saw it, but he was standing on the touchline last night watching what was going on. And to me, he looked like he didn't have a fucking clue what was going on or how to turn it round. He really didn't. He was standing there. He looked puzzled and he looked like a rabbit caught in the headlights. He really did. So, yeah, I want him out, and I want him out. I never wanted him in the first place. I've never been Arteta in at any stage ever since it got mooted that they were going to try and they were being linked to him. I just thought, no. That how can you give a job of this size, considering the mess the club was in as well, to someone with absolutely no experience? Because let's have it right. Before he came to Arsenal, he had never, ever managed a team before. And we were in a mess. How could you do that? The job would have been a struggle for the best managers in the game, let alone a bloody novice who'd never done the job before. It's just, in some respects, I feel quite sorry for him, because they're like, he's got absolutely no chance of being successful. But then, like I said, the Cronkies knew exactly what they were doing when they gave him the job, because they do not want this club to be successful. They don't. I'm convinced of it. And that's why they've appointed him, because if you appoint someone who knows what it needed to be successful, and you don't want to be successful, you're constantly going to be fighting with them. You're going to be butting heads. There's that issue, and then you've got far less chance of being successful with as a football club with someone who is a novice than with someone who knows what they're doing. So if you don't want to be successful, give the job to the novice, and that's what they did. I'm telling you, as sure as day is day and night is night, the Cronkies do not want Arsenal to be successful. And the sooner we get them out, the sooner this club will start moving forward. Because until we do, things will never, ever change. Because they're not going to appoint someone who knows who is going to take this club forward and make it successful. They're not. They will not do it. I'm telling you now, if they sack Arteta, I know right here, right now, who will get the job. And I'm telling you who will get the job. It will be fucking Per Mertesacker. It will be Per Mertesacker. I'm telling you now. So. Gooner says, go LA Rams. Well, that's what Cronkies want, I'm sure. I wish it was. And Carlos Eduardo says, I wish it was more invested in the club. Exactly. Patrick Vieira schooled Arteta, says Craig Malloy. He did. And it was easy for Palace. Let's not dress it up. It was easy for them. Gooner says Paddy is fantastic. He is. He's superb. Static says, Warren, if Vieira was to come, I want him on the ball to kick everyone out. Sadly, that won't happen. Listen, mate, I don't want Vieira at Arsenal. I love the guy, and the man is an absolute legend. But look, the reason I don't want him is because of our fans, right? If he comes in as manager, right, then can you imagine if these fans are behaving like this with Mikel Arteta? Can you imagine what it would be like if we had a fucking legend of the club managing the club, right? And it was going badly like it is with this clown. There would not be a chance in hell would you be able to get him out. You wouldn't. There would be no way on earth. It would be a fucking disaster. That's why next time we get a manager, I want an elite, world-class manager who's got absolutely no connection with the club whatsoever. Because if it goes tits up, hopefully we won't have any trouble getting rid of them. Because this clown, why he's got the fucking backing of all these people and he's protected to the level where he is, I just do not understand it. I do not understand. I just don't get it. I just don't. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. But going back to Paddy, I loved him here when he was a player, but I don't want him at Arsenal. I don't, because unless he's going to come in the backroom staff or something like that, but I do not want him managing this club. Not a chance. Static says 7 likes. Thanks, Static, mate. Cheers, mate. Come on, guys, please. If you haven't hit the like button already, please hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe and share the content around. I'd really, really appreciate that. Thank you so, so much. Gooner says, Warren, our first order of business is a new owner. Yeah, it has to be, because until that gets sorted out, we ain't going to move this club forward. We're not. Joanne says, oh no, not the BFG. Yeah, it will be, Joanne, I'm telling you, because he's got no experience. And they don't want anyone who is likely to be successful, because if they employ a world-class elite manager, they are likely to push the club forward and start challenging for trophies, and they don't want it. They don't. And how the hell they managed to get control of this club, I really don't know. They must have just lied to people to get them to sell them their shares. Anyway, let's move on. So let's look at the league table post and the games from the weekend. So here it is. Man City was at top. They were 1 point clear of Liverpool. They both played 30 games. Chelsea are sat in third on 59 points. They're 5 points clear of Chelsea and Arsenal. Tottenham are in fourth. They're ahead of Arsenal because they've scored 5 goals more. They've got a 5-goal better goal difference. Arsenal got a game in hand. That game in hand is away at Chelsea. They've also got to play Tottenham away. And our record of both at Stamford Bridge and Chelsea is appalling. I think we've only won twice at Stamford Bridge in the last... Since we won there years ago, 5-3, when Van Persie scored a hat-trick, I think. And and we won there as well last season. But other than that, our record there is absolutely appalling. And our record at Tottenham is even worse. We haven't won there for 8 years, and that was in 2014 when we won 1-0. So yeah, I keep saying, and I've been saying it for weeks and weeks and weeks, I don't think we're getting top 4 at all. And I don't see what all the hullabaloo about finishing 4th is anyway. Then West Ham are in 6th. We've got 2 games in hand over them, and they're 3 points behind. Manchester United are in 7th. They're 3 points behind, and we've got a game in hand on them. We've got to play them at the Emirates yet. If they beat us, and they could feasibly go above us on goal difference. So we could end up at the end of the season being 7th or 8th, which is where we finished last year. And if that happens, if he manages to keep hold of his job, right, and we end up finishing 7th or 8th, then there needs to be a steward's inquiry. There really does. And I want to see fucking proper protests and people really kicking off, because it's not acceptable. We can't have Arsenal finishing 7th or 8th. It's just ridiculous. And then moving down to the bottom end of the table, we got bottom of the table, we got Norwich. They're on 18 points, 9, and having played 30 games. We've got Burnley have played 28. They're on 21 points. And Watford have played 30 games. They're on 22 points. And Everton, they're 17th. They got 25 points from 28 games. They got 2 points, 2 games in hand over the team. They're over Watford, who are the team below them. And they got 3 games in hand over the team above them, which is Leeds. And they're 5 points behind Leeds. So it's looking a bit dicey for the sides in the bottom 3. And the odds on them, those 3 clubs going down, they must be shortening, I would have thought. It has to be. Craig Malloy says, Warren, Tottenham, Arsenal, May the 12th. Yeah, I know, man. What can you say about that? I mean, I can't see Arsenal winning that match, especially the form that Tottenham are in at the moment. They're slapping teams up all over the place. Don't be surprised if we go down there and get absolutely ripped to pieces. So let's move on to the predictions game. So my predictions for the games this weekend, I said Liverpool would win by 3-0. They won by 2-0. Brighton against Norwich, I fancied Norwich to win by 2-1. The game ended in a 0-0 draw. Burnley against Man City, I thought that Manchester City would hand out Burnley a bit of a doing, and they won by winning by 4-0. And in the end, City won by 2-0. Chelsea against Brentford in the big West London derby, I thought Chelsea would win by 2-0. In fact, they lost 4-1 at home to Brentford. It was just the shock result of the weekend, I guess. Leeds against Southampton. I thought Southampton would turn Leeds over by 2-1. The game ended in a 1-1 draw. Wolves against Aston Villa. I thought the game would end in a 1-1 draw. Wolves ended up winning the big West Midlands derby by 2-1. Manchester United against Leicester. I thought United would win by 2-1 against Leicester. The game ended in a 1-1 draw. And then West Ham against Everton. I said that West Ham would win by 1-0. And in fact, they ended up winning by 2-1. Tottenham against Newcastle. Now, this one, I thought that Tottenham would win by 2-1, but they absolutely destroyed Newcastle by 5-1. After going 1-0 down, they absolutely demolished Newcastle and ended up winning by 5-1. And then last night's game, I thought the game would end in a 1-1 draw. And Palace absolutely destroyed Arsenal by 3-0. So, yeah, there you go. That meant that the table, the predictions game, James Dunlop is still out in front. He's on 151 points. He didn't get any points this week because he never submitted any predictions to me. I managed to get 5 points this week. Not a particularly good week for me, but I am now on 132 points. My buddy Mick, he got 11 points, so he clawed back some of that lead that I'd built up the previous week. He's now on 131 points. Dan Evans, bless him, he never sent me any predictions, so he stayed on 15 points. Joanne, she got 4 points this week, so she's now on 9 points, but bless her, she's only been playing, I think 2 weeks. This is her second week now. And then last but not least, we got Jamie, and I haven't heard anything from Jamie for weeks and weeks now, and he's on 8 points. So that was the predictions game. So anyone who's interested in this predictions game, basically all you have to do is predict the results of the Premier League games for the weekends. Get me your predictions by Thursday, 5 o'clock. Let's say Thursday at 5 o'clock, and then you can be included in the game. And you can do that by emailing me, or let me put my email address in here. So, Warren's Team Talk. You can email me, or you can put your predictions in the chat when I'm doing the preview show, which happens on a Thursday. Or what's the other way you can do it? Yeah, or you. I think, yeah, that'd be the best way to do it. So put them in here, put them in the chat, or email me them. That's probably the best way to go about doing it, I think. And then you can be included. It's a bit of fun. Basically, what it is, you get points depending on the accuracy of your results. So if you get the score right and the result right, so for example, if you say that Arsenal are going to beat Everton 1-0, and they do, you'll get 5 points. If you say that Arsenal are going to beat Everton 1-0 and Arsenal win 2-1, you'll get 2 points because you would have got the result right and the margin of victory right, but not the score right. If you say that Arsenal are going to beat Everton 1-0 and Arsenal win 2-0, you'll get 1 point for that because you would have got the result right, but the margin of victory wrong and the score wrong. So you get a point for that. If you say that Arsenal will beat Everton 1-0 and it ends up being a 0-0 draw, you'll get no points for that because obviously you've got the result completely wrong. So that's how it works. And there's more information about this game on the Warren's Team Talk Facebook page. There'll be a link for that in the description of this video. So all you do is just click on that and you'll find information about the game on the Warren's Team Talk Facebook page for anyone who's interested. So, let's have a look at this. Carlos Eduardo says, I feel like we're going to bottle it towards the end of the season. We're going to fall far from fourth. Might not even be in Conference League. I agree with you, Carlos. We've still got to play West Ham away. We've got to play Tottenham away. And we've got to play Chelsea away. We've also got to play Manchester United at home. And we've got terrible records away at Chelsea and Tottenham. West Ham seems to be picking up a bit more form. And whenever we play United, it's always a nightmare. So, yeah, I can't see us getting Champions League. I really can't. And Carlos says, if we aren't to be in Conference League, more likely bottle that too. Yeah, I think you're right, mate. Joanne Smith says, I bet I didn't get no points. Oh, dear. Well, you did get some points, Joanne. Why not Sentiment FC? Laugh at Arsenal, hate Kroenke. Warren, you're on mute. Am I on mute? I'm not sure that I am, mate. Can everyone hear me? Can someone please let me know if you can hear me? Dan Evans says hello. And Why Not Sentiment FC says, can anyone else hear Warren? I can hear him fine, says Dan. Yep. You sure you ain't got some issue with your sound, Sentiment? You haven't accidentally put your volume off or something like that, have you, mate? Carlos Eduardo says, I can hear him too. Thank you, guys. And Why Not Sentiments, laughing emojis. Why Not Sentiment FC said, I had my phone turned down. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm sorry, man. My bad. Never mind, mate. Joanne Smith says, I can hear you. Dan Evans says, laugh out loud. Thank you very much, everyone. And Why Not Sentiment says, no issue, just a bit daft. No, you're not. Why not? The fact you want Arteta out means that you're not daft. Don't worry about it, man. It happens. I've sorted all my paperwork out while listening to you, Warren. All done. Excellent. Well done. So, guys, don't forget about the petition, and the link for that is in the description of this video. Don't forget to go and, if you haven't done so already, if you want this clan out, go and check that out. I don't know what happened there. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I just want to big up the Gooner Claude Trust, as I always do. Please go and check out their work. They do really excellent work. They give kids the opportunity to go to Arsenal matches at the Emirates Stadium, have a great day out. Disadvantaged kids, that is, who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to do so. They're an excellent charity, so please go and check them out and see if you can give them support. fine. If you can't, that's fine too. But even if you're just able to tell other people about it as well, that would be fantastic. Because they do really, really good work. And also I want to shout out all these great Arsenal YouTube channels. There's the Old Skool Gunner. Go and check him out. He's a top guy. Does really, really fantastic content. Arsenal Alex, massively passionate Arsenal fan. He done a fantastic reaction video yesterday for the Crystal Palace match. Go and check that out. He's a braver man than me because I didn't want to post a reaction video because I was too angry. I was bad enough today on this stream. DrawnByDre is a young lad who's got really excellent content as well. So go and check him out. The Aussie Gooner, another really passionate, mad Aussie Arsenal fan. Lovely guy, really top bloke. I really love the fella. I think he's superb. And he does excellent, excellent content. Diesel Arsenal. Diesel is a fantastic guy. I really, really love the fella. He's a top bloke. Always keeps it real. He's really passionate about Arsenal. And he's in the channel now. He discusses all sorts of things. And I'll be on Diesel's channel 7 o'clock this evening to talk about a few things. So come and check it out because it's going to be interesting. And it's not about football. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just wait and see what happens tonight because it is going to be wild, I'm telling you. And then there's Del Boy Gunner TV. He's a passionate Irish Arsenal fan and he discusses all things Arsenal on his channel. He had a really excellent phone-in show last night. He had a really wide range of people on his channel. So go and check that out because it's excellent. Really, really great entertainment. All the links for these channels are in the description and the video description. Go and check them out. All you have to do is just click on the links and it'll take you straight to their video, straight to their channels. Go and give them a subscribe, put likes on the video, share the content around, all that sort of caper. It's now you won't regret it. I'm sure of it. I really am. Right. Okay. So Static says, Warren, I can hear you perfectly too. Also, I totally agree. No ex-Arsenal players at Arsenal anymore, especially to manage the team. 100%, mate. It's with the fan base that we've got, it's a recipe for disaster. Because they can't cope with it. They're too immature to be able to behave in a responsible manner. They just can't. And why not Sentiment FC says, and LG and Northside London. Exactly. Top blokes, both of them. And Static says, Warren, don't forget about Sfeetly TV as well. Yeah, Stephen's got an excellent channel. He does great work for that charity that he's involved with. So go and check him out and give him some support. Why not Sentiment FC? Love Arsenal, hate Kroenke. No room for sentiment. No to former Arsenal players. Spursy Mick has been enough mediocrity. Exactly. Why not? You're 100% correct, mate. And Joanne Smith says, great show, Warren. Thank you, Joanne. Static says, well done, Warren. Thank you, sir. And Grant McRobert says, "Evening, Warren. How you been?" Yeah, I'm good. I'm not going to say anything else, but I'm good. I think my smile tells you everything you need to know, buddy. No, I'm been good, and it's great to see you, Grant. Lovely to see you, mate. I hope that you're recovering. That's all I'm going to say. Right, I have to head off shortly. Great show. Thank you, Static. Take care, buddy. Nice to see you. Nice chatting to you. Static says, facts, Warren, facts. 100%. I'm always going to defend my club. I'm not fucking having some little pricks talking bollocks about it and trying to destroy my club. I'm not. Static says head, laugh out loud. Exactly. And Joanne says, very excited about the stream tonight. Yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy it, Joanne, because it's going to be good. I promise you. Well, I think it is anyway. It's a subject that I'm very passionate about. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up now. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, I'll be on Diesel's channel 7 o'clock tonight, talking over some stuff with Diesel. I hope you're going to enjoy that, and I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you very much to everyone for coming in and watching the show. Don't forget to like the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Please don't forget to share the content around. And don't forget to have a good rest of your day. Please remember to keep talking to each other. And please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to share some love and friendship around the world, especially at the moment, because, yeah, we really, really need it. So take care, everyone. And still there's some more chats coming in. Joanne says it'll be right up my street, the stream. I hope so. Craig says, Warren, big up yourself. Great stream. Thank you, Craig. Carlos Eduardo. Monkey emojis. Bye, Warren, says Taib. Bye to you as well, Taib. Thanks very much for watching. Awesome stream, Warren, says Carlos Eduardo. Thank you, Carlos. And thank you for coming in. Wymont Sentiment says, one result closer. The D-Day, the sacking of Super Spursy Mick, Black Block Party and ND Bunting, silver linings and that. Mate, the day that happens, it's going to be a fantastic day for this club. But I'm worried that it's not going to happen. But we'll see. They might surprise me. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Like I say, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Take care of yourselves. Have fun. And I look forward to hopefully speaking to you again tonight. Take care, everyone. Thanks a lot. Take care for now. Bye.